Last year I found myself in a pretty tough spot. My back was against the wall, my businesses were failing, my YouTube platform was diminishing, and basically everything that I had built up over the years was falling apart right before my eyes. And really, I had to take a deep look at myself. I had to analyze myself. I had to be real, I had to be true, I had to be transparent. And I realized that, hey, I had nobody else to blame but me. See, before I had been previously blaming pandemic, I had been blaming the YouTube algorithm, I had been pointing my finger at all of these kinds of different things of the reason why I was regressing in life, instead of looking inwardly and being like, you know what? I'm not performing at my best. I'm not pushing myself outside of my comfort zones. I'm not doing the necessary things and taking the necessary steps that it takes to become high value, to become more fruitful. So I had to look at myself. I had to look at the man in the mirror, and I had to make that decision to completely transform, to become unrecognizable. And the first thing I did was immerse myself into self-improvement. Not just dabble in it, not just trying to take my toes and dip them in and feel around. Nah, bro. It was a full dive into the deep end, complete immersion. No 1 foot in, 1 foot out, nothing like that. I had to adopt a new mindset. I had to upgrade my identity, which we will talk about here in a second. And I had to completely adopt the traits of a masculine man. I had to come at my dreams and goals from a whole different angle, an angle that I'm not used to. I had to attack, I had to become aggressive, right? A little more stoic. And so today with this video, what I want to do is take you through the traits that I had to adopt in order to renew my mind and completely 180 my life. Kicking it off with number 1, I had to stop living like a king. Men these days, they want the luxuries, they want the rewards, they want all the things that being a king gifts them with, but they don't want the responsibilities that a king is required to have. Think about it, bro. The type of lifestyle that you live right now. I mean, yeah, you might be facing some oppositions. Yeah, you might be facing some struggles in your life. Yeah, you might have had a little bit harder of upbringing than everybody else. The type of lifestyle that you're living right now, it's the lifestyle that some children, some other young men dream of having. They wish they could be in your shoes. Think about it. When's the last time you went to Starbucks? When's the last time you went through a drive-thru? When's the last time you went to the grocery store and got a big old slab of meat? These are the things that our ancestors, that not even like barely 100 years ago, that men had to go out and spend 2 to 3 days hunting for. Men for thousands of years had to go out and they had to do these things. They had to sacrifice their lives to go out and go get, just to bring back to their tribe so they can eat, so they can live a couple more days. All of us men, we live like absolute kings these days. We try to say that our life's hard. We try to say that, you know, men have it 10 times harder than women do. But let's face it, dude, we live in luxury. Right now, you're on your phone right now, probably with your back hunched over on your couch or on the toilet or something, sitting here watching this video mindlessly, probably just like skipping through, trying to find like the main parts that you're trying to find, or swiping down, trying to find the summary guide. And most of you aren't going to do anything with this information. You're just going to go back to living your normal lifestyle, playing video games for the next 3 hours. You're probably going to hop on your favorite porn website tonight and whack away. Most of you guys are probably gonna go in bed tonight and swipe on TikTok and watch stupid prank videos. Living in complete luxury, living like a freaking king. Your mom's probably downstairs right now cooking you up a pizza. You didn't have to work for any of it, bro. Your mom probably pays your cell phone bill. You probably don't have to pay any rent. You're straight chilling. You're living like a king. You didn't have to do anything required of these things. And you know what? I'm not saying any of this is bad, bro. I'm not shaming you. I'm not putting you down for these things. This is honestly how I lived most of my life. It wasn't until recently that I actually had, like I said, I had to take full ownership of my life and take responsibility. But what I am saying here is, as men, we can't allow the comforts, the conveniences, all the pleasures and luxuries to outweigh all the struggle, all the discipline, all the hard work. So as men, we gotta analyze our lives, and instead of being so extreme in all the nice things, we gotta be a little bit more extreme in the harder things, the things that actually take discipline, things that are actually going to improve our lives and help us become the men that we need to be. You can't be the man that God's calling you to be. You can't be the husband that your future wife needs you to be. You can't be the father that your kids need to be by constantly just enjoying all the luxuries, all the comforts, by constantly immersing yourself into all your entertainment and your addictions. There has to be a shift here, my brothers. You gotta stop living so much like a king all the time and start living more like a warrior. You gotta put yourself out there on the front lines. You gotta put yourself into the battlefield. And in return, not only will you be more effective and more progressive, you're actually gonna be happier. Happiness, you know what happiness is? Happiness is just a result of progressing. The more you get down and dirty and you do that hard work and you start progressing in life, you start catching more momentum, joy and happiness just starts to bleed out of you. Number 2, don't be obsessed with money. Be obsessed with freedom. Now, growing up, I think I told you guys this in a couple videos ago, but I said, growing up, I always thought to myself, and I always told other people, life isn't all about money, right? And it's not. Life isn't all about money, but it is about time. And how do you get that time? You get it by making money. There's no other way, bro. And it's crazy. I read this in the book Millionaire Fastlane, which I highly recommend you guys to buy. In this book, it talks about how if someone came up to you and said, hey, give me $5 and I'll give you back $2. Is that a good investment? Obviously not, right? If I keep giving this knucklehead $5 and all he's giving me back is $2, I'm losing $3 every single time. Yet, this is how all of us live our lives. We spend 5 days of the week giving all our time and attention to probably some stupid boss that we absolutely hate, some job that we absolutely hate, just to get back 2 days. 2 days of freedom. We do this year after year after year. We spend our whole existence doing this, giving 5, only getting back 2. It's a bad investment, and you gotta be real with yourself. Is this the type of lifestyle that you wanna live? Do you wanna keep doing this day in and day out, trading time for money? That's been my motivation over the last 6 months is, hey, look, I want to have kids here soon, bro. Just being real, just being transparent with you guys. That's why I've held off for so long. I'm 30 years old now, bro, and I still haven't made that move with Bree yet. We still haven't had kids, and it's because I feel ready mentally. I know I'm going to be the best freaking dad ever, but the only thing that's holding me back is I want to be able to spend time with my kids. I don't have that full time freedom yet, right? I've never built up my business big enough to where I'm just making that passive income. But now within the last 6 months, now that I've invested all my time and energy into reading books and buying programs and buying seminars, like attending these seminars to teach me how to make money, now I have the knowledge. And now within this last 6 months, I've built up a machine that generates me passive income, and it generates it more quicker. And so now while I'm sleeping, bro, I'm literally making passive income. It's wild, bro. Not just with Google AdSense, but with my programs now too. And I appreciate you guys for this, but so many of you guys are buying my program now, bro, and I'm just making passive income. And so it's cool. Now with this program, this Masculine Masterclass, by me changing your guys' lives by providing that much value, I mean, you guys know, for those of you who have bought the Masterclass, your lives are changing. Now my life has changed in return. I've been able to, almost 10x my income since 6 months ago, dude. And now I'm working on the next program. Now I got all these other ideas. It's just crazy. Now I can finally sit back, and I had a conversation with Bree the other day, and I'm like, hey, I think we can make that move here very soon. I want to have kids. Let's do it. Now I'm able to make these dreams of mine come true, to have kids and to be able to spend time with them. My dad always said growing up, love is spelled T-I-M-E. And now I get to invest that time into my kids, and I get to create a bond, create a relationship with them like I had with my dad. My dad was my best friend growing up, and that's because he was able to spend time with me, and that's now what I get to be able to do with my kids. So to all you guys out there, I totally get the concept of, not everything's about money, life's not all about money, but it is about time. And you guys gotta bring up that income. You guys gotta build up some kind of empire, some kind of a machine that allows you to spend time with those that you love. And having a 9-to-5 job, it's cool for right now if you need to make money right now while you're working on your side hustle or whatever, but that job is always gonna cap you off. You can only make so much money, and you're only gonna make it while you're working at that job. You guys build up a machine, it generates you money whether you're chilling or whether you're working, whatever. You're constantly making passive income. So hey, go to my Amazon affiliate page down below. You guys can check out the books there that I've been reading recently. Millionaire Fastlane is probably the first one you need to read. And then if you want to build an online business, read Russell Brunson's trilogy set. I think he's got traffic secrets. They're all secrets themed. So I'll link that down below for you. Number 3, don't avoid pain. I've realized, guys, 30 years into this life, the more that you try to avoid pain, avoid failure, the more of a failure you become. The more pain you will actually face. So don't avoid it. It's a part of life, especially being a man, bro. As men, we're built for battle. During battles, you're gonna face hardship. You're gonna face opposition. The life of a man, it should be hard. It should be a struggle. If you're not facing struggle, if you're not facing any kind of pain, that means you're not risking anything. That means you're not actually putting yourself out there. You're chilling. You're playing it safe. You're not stepping outside of your comfort zone. And nothing profound, nothing extraordinary has ever been found inside of comfort zone. Out here, bro, outside that little small safe comfort zone, out here is where magic happens. Out here is where everybody says luck happens, right? Everybody always says, oh, he just got lucky, right? No, he didn't get lucky. He just put himself in a position where there was more probability, there was more opportunity. And that's what you need to focus on right there. Losers focus on luck. Winners focus on probability. They put themselves out there. Losers always say, oh, you're just at the right place at the right time. Well, yeah, well, I'm sure your comfort zone isn't the right place at the right time. I'm sure the couch, I'm sure the sofa, that's not the right place. The right place is outside of the comfort zone. It's the risky areas. That whole luck is just a product of process, action, constantly putting yourself out there. So all those people who always point the finger and say, oh, that guy's just lucky, he's just at the right place at the right time. Those people, they never saw the work that was actually put into that. They just saw the end result. And watch, I'm talking to you, bro, when you start hitting success in life, when you start hitting that momentum, watch how many people are gonna say how lucky you were. It's wild, bro. That whole luck, that's only introduced when you actually play the game. Number 4, you need to have the GOAT mentality. Literally, bro, you need to be thinking to yourself that you are the greatest. You are the best. In your lane, in your industry, nobody can top what you do. And it's not a loud mindset. It's not an obnoxious, I'm the best, everybody, and trying to tear everybody down just so you can put yourself up on that pedestal. Nah, bro, it's a quiet mentality. It's something you just kind of keep to yourself. You stay low-key about it. It's a monologue, it's a narrative you constantly have up here. You don't need to tell everybody about it. You don't need to talk about it. You just need to be about it. You need to walk that walk. See, hey, check it out right here. I've been reading this book right here called Awaken the Giant by Tony Robbins. This book was written a year before I was born, 1991, and it's still so relevant today. Check it out, bro. We all have a sleeping giant within that's waiting to be unleashed, that's waiting to be awakened, and you are the only one who can awaken that giant. It's up to you, my brother. I'm not gonna be that source for you. This book's not gonna really be that source for you. You can't outside source this thing. It's up to you. It's up to your decisions. Yeah, I can inspire you. This book can inspire you. Hamza can inspire you. Elisha Long, whoever. These guys, we can inspire you, but you are the only one who can actually motivate you. It's based off of your decisions. You gotta take action, my brother. You got to unleash that giant within. And the only way to do that is to start telling yourself a different story. You believe it, you become it, right? I always say that. And you gotta believe that you're the best, bro. You gotta start putting this belief into action, which leads me into number 5. Upgrade your identity. Now, as men, as leaders in our household, we gotta constantly be upgrading the way that we think about ourselves. I mean, hey, look, you wouldn't use a 15-year-old device. You wouldn't use a 15-year-old phone. You wouldn't use a 15-year-old computer, anything. You wouldn't use anything that old, right? So why would you use a 15-year-old mindset, a 15-year-old identity, a 15-year-old idea of what you think about yourself? Like, bro, I'm 30 years old, right? I'm not gonna think about myself the way I did when I was 15 years old, right? I'm not gonna have the same mentality of a teenage boy in high school. No, bro, see, over the years, I've had to upgrade my identity. I've had to upgrade the way that I think about myself, the way I go about life, the way I actually see myself. When I look at that man in the mirror, I gotta now see myself as a man. I gotta see myself as a husband, as a father. I'm not a child no more, bro. I may look like I'm like 19, but I'm not, dude. And now that's what I carry on my shoulders. I carry a new persona. I carry the weight of my wife on my back, my family on my back. I'm about to have kids probably here soon within the next 2 to 3 years. Carry that on my shoulders now, bro. That's how I see myself. I now identify as a father, as a leader, and that's what's allowed me to become the man that I've needed to become, that God's calling me to be. You know, it's not always about just starting new habits and just seeing which one sticks. No, it's actually about becoming a new person and seeing yourself as someone entirely different. If I want to become a businessman, okay, what habits do I need to completely destroy? You know what? What does a businessman do? Let me look at these top dogs that I look up to and let me see how they live their lifestyles. Let me see their habits. Let's do those things, bro. If I see myself as a businessman, if I see myself as a mentor, as a father, what do those kinds of guys do? I'm going to analyze it. I'm going to take note of it, and I'm actually going to start doing them myself, because that's who I am now. I am a great businessman. I am a good father. I am a good husband. That's who I see myself as now. That's just my identity. Number 6, a very powerful trait that you can apply to your life, that you can adopt. I think this is from the book I read, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. And that is the do something method. If you want to completely kill, destroy procrastination, and you got to just do something. Now, this method right here is something that I apply every single day of my life. Like just a few hours ago when I was kind of prepping these videos and trying to figure out what I'm going to do, what I'm kind of going to say and write my bullet points, I was thinking to myself, and this happens every single time. I always think, you know, this is kind of, you know, I got a lot of work today. This is kind of some big projects that I got to get done, some big videos. And so I thought to myself, you know what, let's just dive in. Let's just go. I just got through finishing my last one. I just got through finishing called Men Work 10 Times Harder. You might have already watched it by now. Probably came out, I don't know, a few days ago or so. But now I'm on this second video, right? And it's just crazy how time is just moving now, right? I'm already a couple hours into this. And now at this point, like on both of these videos, like especially this one, I scripted the beginning of it and, you know, just to kind of get me going. And now I'm just completely Like this is completely ad-libbing right here. None of this is scripted. And that's simply because I dove in. I just started writing some stuff. I started actually typing away some stuff on my laptop right here. I started scripting some stuff, and then I was like kind of catching this momentum. I'm like, you know what, let me just freestyle it now. I kind of know enough of what I want to talk about, and I just threw myself in. Now I'm almost done with both videos now. So I highly encourage you, if you got some big projects that you know you need to get done, stop thinking about it. Stop looking at them as this big momentous event and just dive into it. Head first, just go all in, immerse yourself. And even if you're a YouTuber like me, say you script your videos, just start writing away. I notice for me, like when I sit down and I'm starting to type away on my computer and ideas and stuff, my first initial ideas are always wacky. But I know in my head, after like about 5-10 minutes, I'm gonna catch this momentum. I'm gonna get on this wavelength where I'm just flowing. I'm in this like flow state, right? And now I'm so immersed into this flow state that I didn't even need to script the rest of the video. Like I said, just freestyling. Whatever comes out now. Number 7, go to war. Now what I mean by that is this. Back in the day, when he was young, most of the time, he had to go to war. Whether he liked it or not, he was shipped out. He had to leave his family behind. If he was married, if he had a girlfriend, he had to leave. He had to set out and go to battle. And what did this do? This distance, it made the hearts grow fonder. It created this urge and desire for his girl. She couldn't wait to see him again. She just hoped and prayed that she would get the chance to see him again, to kiss him again, to be held in his arms and feel his warmth once again, and this is what his family felt. They felt that pain. They felt that distance, that separation. But a man, he had to do this. He had to go out and he had to go to war. Right now, we're not faced with any kind of war. We're not called to any battlefield, but I feel like we as men, we need to adopt this same mindset, this warrior-like mindset. And so what I'm trying to get at here is we gotta leave home. We gotta, at some point, leave our fathers and our mothers, and we gotta set out on our own adventure. We gotta set out and make something of ourselves. We gotta take some risks. We gotta leave our comfort zone. Like I was saying earlier, right? We gotta build, we gotta construct some sort of lifestyle that sets us up for our future. And the best way to do that is to contribute. You gotta think to yourself, what can I contribute to this world? What do I have that someone else needs? I remember Tony Robbins said, life's about 2 things. It's about creating and caring. You need to create something that lights people up. At the end of the day, your mess is your message. What have you been through? What pain have you faced? What kind of experience was just a struggle that was just took you to a dark place? What kind of experience did you encounter that gave you new insight on something that you can share with the world? Number 8, be your own coach, not your own victim. How easy is it, bro, to just feel so entitled these days? To feel like the world owes us something. To feel like, oh, I don't deserve this. How many times do you say to yourself or say to other people, it's not my fault? Come on, bro. Own up, take responsibility. Don't play the victim. There's no woe is me when it comes to embracing your masculinity. No, you own up to everything. And now you gotta start being your own coach. What does a coach do? He's slapping you upside your head, right? He doesn't let you get away with nothing. He's right there in your face, pointing the finger, screaming at you. He's telling you, come on, bro, get your head in the game. Come on, it's time to wake up. Be awake, be aware. Back when I was younger, my dad was the basketball coach for our team. And if we were slacking off, you know what he would say? Hey, go run another lap. Hey, drop and do 50 push-ups. And because we were told this over and over, at least I know for me personally, now when I'm at the gym, if I slack off or I miss a day or whatever, I tell myself the same thing. I'm like, I gotta run another mile then on Monday. Oh, I guess I gotta put in extra work now at the gym. I gotta do 100 more push-ups. Oh, I skipped a leg day this week. All right, well, next week, 2 leg days. And this is what we have to do to ourselves. We gotta slap our own selves upside the head. We gotta shake ourselves up a bit and be like, come on, Dre. Look at yourself in the mirror. Come on, Dre. Let's get moving. This ain't you. Come on, dude, lift that chin up. Come on, stand up tall. Get aggressive, get mean, get stoic. There's no time for sadness. There's no time for frustration. You gotta move, bro. You can do it, dude. You got this. You know how many times I've had to tell myself that in my own head over the years? Just be like, Dre, you're acting like an idiot right now, dude. This ain't you. God's called you to do so much more. Come on, bro. Time to wake up. Time to get moving. Let's go. Let's execute. Look at that man in the mirror, my brother, and tell him what he needs to hear, not what he wants to hear, and tell him to wake up, and tell him to move. Tell him it's time to wake up, oh sleeper, right? That's what we built the whole Wake Up, Oh Sleeper challenge on, which we're getting ready to start here very, very soon. If you guys want to be updated on that, be sure to sign up to my newsletter down in the description, and you'll be the first to know. Anyways, bro, hey, don't play the victim, play the coach. You gotta hype yourself up. You gotta beat your chest. And hey, if you don't really have the necessary tools to guide your own self, to lift yourself up, then hey, you gotta start connecting into these coaches right here, these mentors. These guys right here will never lead you astray. They're gonna guide you. When you dive into the books like I have for the last handful of months, with all this wisdom, with all this knowledge, now I'm able to constantly remind myself, hey Dre, it's time to awaken that giant within. It's time to take action. It's time to move. So hey, don't play the victim. There ain't no self-pity when it comes to embracing your masculinity. You gotta be your own coach, and you gotta unleash that beast, bro. You gotta unleash that giant within. And the last one, number 9, is confidence in God. Now there's 3 types of confidence. You got your first one, that's confidence in possessions, which you see a lot of men try to do these days. You see guys who are like rocking the new Air Jordans, thinking they're tough stuff, thinking they're like straight top G's or something, yet they're still living at home with their parents. They don't even own their own car. They don't even have their own place. And so this confidence is kind of just like weasel confidence. And a lot of people can see right through it. The second confidence is a confidence in your ability, what you do, how you perform. It's like athletes, for instance. A lot of athletes, it's almost more like a cocky confidence, right? And it's good for in sports. You kind of need it when you're playing the game. But what happens when an athlete has a career-ending injury? But then that confidence is completely shattered. And then that's why a lot of athletes, when this happens to them, they don't know what else to do with their life. Kind of got to start from like ground zero. Then there's this third type of confidence, which is a type of confidence that you need. And that's confidence in God. When all else fails, no matter if you're going through a high point or a low point in your life, you lean into God and you get that confidence from Him and what He says about you, who He says you are. And that right there, that kind of confidence, bro, that confidence can't be copied, can't be forged. That confidence right there is unshakable, and it'll stick with you for a whole lifetime. If you want to be the man that you are ultimately called to be by God, then you got to put your confidence solely in Him and Him alone. God loves you, bro. He sent His one and only Son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for your sins. So you're covered, you're good. You're covered by the blood of the Lamb. And honestly, bro, just what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful way for God to show His love to each and every one of us. Even if you were the only guy on earth, He still would have done that. And you got to think to yourself, bro, not to go on a whole nother thing here, but obviously Jesus was a real person. You cannot deny that. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, no, he was a real person. He's in your history books. And so you got to think to yourself, why would this guy go through all these things? Through these miserable, torturous things? At any moment, all he had to do was say, okay, I'm not who I say I am. He wouldn't have had to go through any of that, dude. But no, He went through that all for you. He endured the pain. He endured all the hate and just all the demeaning things and what was said about Him. He endured it all. He didn't even have to. So why would this guy go through all this if he wasn't who he said he was? And that right there, bro, that's the type of confidence that I put my self-worth in right there. I mean, I was worth that much that this God died for me, bro. This God of all the universe, He loved me that much to just die for little old me. It's amazing, bro. And it makes me want to live my life even that much more for Him. And that's what true relationship is. It ain't religion, bro. It isn't like a set of rules and guidelines that you have to follow, because I mean, what kind of relationship is that anyways? If I set rules and guidelines on my wife and told her you can only do this and that, and you need to love me or else I won't accept you, like, that's not true love. That's not relationship. That's works only. But God gave me that freedom. He gave me that relationship, and He showed me my worth on that cross, and therefore it just makes me fall even that much more in love with Him. It makes me want to do those works now. It makes me want to go out and live for Him and talk about Him, and that's why I get on here, bro. This video has nothing to even do about this, but that's why I'm on here now. I'm unapologetic about my faith, bro, and what God has done for me in my life and the relationship that I have with Him. So, hey, with that said, my brothers, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. Masculine Masterclass is available. I'll link it down below. Appreciate all you guys who have supported me. And hey, I'll catch you on the next video. Check out this one right here if you want to take your life up to the next level. And I'll see you soon. Peace always.